A suicidal mother was charged with murder for killing both of her children before her failed suicide attempt. I'm going to read that again. A suicidal mother was charged with murder for killing both of her children, but she failed to actually kill herself even though she was suicidal. How many of you guys caught that? So funny how they're unsuccessful trying to murder themselves. Nonetheless, that woman's name, let me get her face back up on the screen so you guys can see that. That creature on the screen right there, her name is Marilyn K, K-A-Y, Edge, E-D-G-E. 42 years old, out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So for the people that live out there in that area, if you haven't heard about that, this might be your first time. And she tried taking her own life in a car accident in Costa Mesa, California, before telling responding cops that they would be able to find those two kids. Let's go back. Let's not skip that. Right there. The boy is 13 years old. His name is Jalen Edge. He's autistic. And his sister, who's 10 years old, her name is Faith Edge. So you have Jalen and Faith Edge. And she told them that they could find them in a hotel room nearby. The young children's bodies were discovered just at about 8:30 a.m. at a Hampton Inn in Santa Ana. Isn't that crazy? Those two innocent children right there. Brother and sister. The mother, Marilyn Edge, previously sued the federal government alleging her son developed autism after a vaccination. And I don't know how you guys feel about vaccinations. I don't like them. I don't want my kids to have them. I just personally don't believe in them. I would encourage you guys to be a little more open-minded before you just go injecting your kids with shit. I don't know how the rest of you guys feel about that, but that's just me personally. Let's move on though. Prosecutor said that the Arizona woman poisoned and smothered her children before crashing her car in Costa Mesa parking lot in an attempt to ignite a propane tank to kill herself. Initially taken to the hospital to tend to her injuries after the accident, in which she slammed her car into poles surrounding a utility box located behind a shopping plaza. Let me do you guys a favor so we don't miss that picture. I'm going to bring it up and put it on the big screen so you guys can see just how bad this was. Where is it at? I know I have it here. Yep, sure do. Right here. Let's blow this up on the screen for you guys. Can everybody see this? So I'm going to read that sentence again. She drove her car to try to ignite apparently a propane tank in her car, and she was trying to run into an electrical box. How about that? The disturbed woman refused to get out of the gray Honda Accord and attempted to strangle herself to death with an electrical cord while emergency responders frantically broke a window to enter the car to save her, and that's according to a news report. Marilyn had an even more grisly secret to share once investigators broke her windows and discovered propane tanks inside, perhaps an attempt to blow up the car in an accident. Her children were already dead at that point. Let me go ahead and take that off the screen. We've already taken a look at that photo. We'll continue to look at the rest of these. She allegedly told paramedics where to find both of her children, Jalen and Faith, that you see on the screen right there at the top right, while en route to a local hospital, officials said. Once pulled out of the car, she told them that the kids were in the Hampton Inn Hotel. When police arrived, 2 kids were found dead in a bathtub. So I'm going to warn you guys, we're about to get into some very, very deep details. If you're not ready to hear that, I encourage you guys, you might want to exit the video now because we're really, really about to dig into the story pretty deep. And if you guys have read the title, then you know ultimately what we're going to get to. So again, if you guys are watching, do me a favor and click that thumbs up. There are no news videos. If you're here right now, then you're just here to listen to me because that's all we're going to be doing right now, okay? We're going to show some pictures. We're going to tell you more about this story. An autopsy revealed that the 10-year-old girl, Faith, died from smothering. So her mother smothered her, but also had an elevated level of a drug called diphenhydramine. How many people are familiar with how did I say that? Diphenhydramine? Because I'm not. Let's see if I can get Google to tell me what. Let me see. What is diphenhydramine?
Diphenhydramine is an antihistamine. It can treat pain and itching caused by insect bites, minor cuts, burns, poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac when applied topically.
It's an
In oral form, it can treat hay fever, allergies, cold symptoms, and insomnia.
Okay,
In its
thank.
injected form, it can treat severe allergic reactions, motion sickness, and symptoms of Parkinson's disease.
Okay, thank you, Google. Jesus. Okay, essentially Benadryl. It's an antihistamine. But there was an elevated level of histamine drug inside this 10-year-old child's body, and she smothered this kid, and consistent with over-the-counter sleep aids. The little boy who had autism, Jalen, who suffered from severe autism, died from a combination of drowning and smothering. God, that's so sad. Police found the children in the bathtub in the hotel room. The children do not appear to have been shot or stabbed, said Mr. Bertanega. No weapons were recovered at the scene either. Now, the parking poles kept any harm from being inflicted on the utility box during Edge's failed suicide attempt. The mother sued the Secretary of Health and Human Services in 2004, alleging that the vaccination gave her son autism, court records showed. That case was dismissed only last year, citing a lack of medical records supporting Edge's claim and the lack of valid medical opinion to further bolster it. Now, Chief Special Master Patricia Campbell-Smith dismissed the suit for insufficient proof. Edge was awarded a judgment in the amount of $7,692 to settle legal fees over that suit, but it's not clear if or when she received that money. Now, are you guys ready for the meat of this discussion? That's not even the bad part. Here is where it gets rough. She was married. The guy that was on my screen a moment ago, let me get him back on the screen just for a hot second. The gentleman that you see on my screen right there in the middle, because we always ask hashtag, where's the father? That's actually the biological father right there. Okay? His name is Mark Edge. He was married to this woman, and apparently they had a little bit of a tumultuous relationship. Let's talk about it a little bit. After a long, continuous custody battle, a Georgia judge awarded Mark Edge, the biological father, awarded him custody of the two children that were pictured, and his ex-wife, Marilyn K. Edge, was ordered to pay child support, paying nearly $800 a month in child support. What do y'all think about that? Now, for everybody that's listening right now, and a lot of you guys know that I'm familiar with the child support system, going through it right now. I've got about maybe 6 more years left, so I'm definitely looking forward to being over and done with that. But we've talked about this a lot, where fathers have gone after the kids or gone after the mother for child support, right? We always look at it and say, well, the man is weak. The man needs to man up and pay and take care of his responsibilities, right? That's what we normally say, because we all know that niggas ain't shit, right? Well, I agree with you, ladies. A lot of men are not worth this really dealing with. So if we're going to have this equality, then it's going to have to be applied here as well. Let's look at this again. They went to court. The judge awarded the father custody. And another thing you need to know about that is usually if a father wins custody, it usually means that the mother was a horrible example for a mother. How many of you guys are familiar with that? Are you guys surprised? Are you shocked? $800 a month for 2 kids. That's about right. That's about right. That's what most men are going through. Most men are just like, all right, well, just, you're going to have to take it out my check. And I'm going to still see my kids and still do what I got to do for my kids. You need to fight for your kids. How many women out there have heard their friends? Maybe some of you have said it, but how many women out there, shout out to my ladies in the chat, by the way, the good women. I know we got some good women that are watching us right now. I know we have some good women that have good hearts, that care about their children, and would never do anything like this under any circumstances. Can you ladies shout yourselves out in the chat? I know y'all are out there, right? We're talking about a mentality from a system that is causing us mental anguish, financial distress. The child support system, it is a crushing system. And it's so funny how women are always like, men need to man up and just deal with it. And you still need to live your life, pay your bills, and you still treat those children right and not disrespect the mother. But it's funny how when that shoe is on the other foot, how so many times where I've seen these women buckle and fold under pressure. Hashtag not all, but women like this example. You put that same type of pressure that men are under, and women buckle under pressure. This woman did. She was ordered to pay child support and pay $800 a month for 2 kids. One of them has special needs. That's about right. Marilyn said she was going to take the children to Disneyland. First of all, remember I talk about yellow flags and red flags. You know that comes from me, right? There are some things that I say that are yellow flags that are warning signs. Then there are red flags when they're just like, whoa, something's wrong. Pay attention. This is a red flag. Let me tell you why this mother talking about taking her children to Disneyland should be a red flag for the father. Why? Because if she just got put on child support, number one, how's she going to afford to take them? And number two, why would she pay for them to go on this extravagant ass Disneyland trip knowing that she's getting ready to get ripped on her paychecks? Red flags all over the place. There is nobody that goes on child support and then turn around and start spending extravagant amounts of money on their kids to go on trips and shit. No man does that. Nobody on child support does that. That's a big red flag, just throwing it out there. So, for the murders, she will be spending the rest of her life in prison. How about that? They sentenced Marilyn Edge, who was 44 years old. Why she looked like she's about a good 66, I don't know. They sentenced her to 2 life sentences with 0 chance of parole. Do y'all think that was the correct judgment? Because me personally, I think it is. She definitely should have got life, but maybe they should have taken her life. I don't know. She lost custody of her children just 3 days before September the 13th when she actually murdered her kids. 3 days. Not 3 months, not 3 weeks, not 3 years. The second that she lost custody, she plotted to murder her kids. Now, how much of a strong black queen is she? How strong is a person that in less than 72 hours, they're already planning on killing their kids behind child support? I'm telling you guys, this child support thing is a horrible thing for everybody. Most of the time, the women are the recipients. So generally, if they're being rewarded, they don't care. But the second it happens to them, all of a sudden, we're just like, you know what? We need to fix this system. Something is really, really wrong here. It's funny how things happen when the shoe was on the other foot, but let's move on. The mother, Marilyn Edge, was supposed to start paying child support and turn the kids over in Georgia on Sunday at noon, but instead, a police officer showed up at the father's house, Mark Edge, with the devastating news that she murdered his kids. Court records indicated Mark and Marilyn had been embroiled in a bitter custody battle over the kids since their divorce back in 2007. After the father, all the father Mark ever wanted was to just love his children, to have time with his children, and to take care of them. Mark, who described himself as a military veteran, shout out to all my veterans out there, anybody who's ever served, if you're military, then thank you guys so much for your service. We really definitely appreciate that. But he describes himself as a military veteran who served during Operation Desert Storm. Expressed in his online posting on GoFundMe.com frustration with the legal system. 13-year-old Jalen was autistic, and the father was looking forward to helping his son reach his full potential. I think that alone says a lot about the father in itself. The fact that he's just like, that's my kid. I love my kid. And I really, really wish that that Lyric Speaks was in the chat right now, because there are some parents out there that know what it's like to have children that have some issues, and you love them through it. If you love your kids and you love them through anything and everything, and you do what you got to do as a parent, right? But shout out to my sister. I hope she's out there listening somewhere. I've never loved anyone or anything as much as I love our children, he wrote in his online posting. I never thought Marilyn would take our children from us both. The grief-stricken father is currently in a hospital under emotional distress. Marilyn K. Edge, the mother, was eligible, because of this, for the death penalty. But the Orange County District Attorney's Office instead opted for her, right there, to have a life sentence in jail. And I wonder, why? How many of you guys think that she should have been in jail for life? Or how many of you guys think that they should have executed her? Because me personally, I don't see why she should get to spend the next 30 to 40 years or 50 years in prison while the taxpayers have to pay for that. For what she did to her kids and what she did to her husband and what she did to her marriage and how she disrespected the child support system, in which most ladies generally think is a good thing. She ran from her responsibilities. She ran from her marriage. She was not the quintessential queen that we tend to think that all black women are. There are some that are good women, but we have too many bad examples. We have too many bad apples in our tree. And they say that one bad apple spoils the bunch, does it not? If we tend to use all of these colloquialisms, shout out to LaShondra, because I know we talked about some of this stuff. But too many times we have bad apples that will spoil the entire bunch, right? That's the colloquialism. We use them, but we don't tend to use them when they actually apply. In this case, I believe, in my personal opinion, that if we have just the examples from my channel alone, we have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of examples of horrible parents, mothers and fathers, but more times than none, I've been reporting on the mothers because they're the ones that usually have custody and they're the ones that have the choice over life and death. Also, Barack Obama also said that black women are the backbone of the black community. Is that not what he said? So I'll tell you guys like this, just like I told my sister in the chat the other day. If I go to McDonald's and I have a problem with my order, I don't want to talk to the janitor. I don't want to talk to anybody on the cleanup crew. I don't want to talk to the person on fries. Me, I'm going to go ask for the manager, right or wrong. You go for the source of the problem and for the source of where you can fix your problem. The top of the food chain, that's where you go to pretty much solve any and all problems. Give you another example. If you're in a relationship with somebody and that somebody that you're loving on is out cheating on you, do you go out and you go fight every single person that that person's cheating on you with? Or do you deal with the person that cheated on you? You stop it at its source. To me, that makes sense. But everybody's going to have their opinions, even if their opinions are stupid. But me personally, I like to end a problem at its source. Right? So in this case, I believe that if the mother did not like the situation that she was in, she could have simply had just let the father keep his kids. But what she wanted to do was she wanted to avoid paying that child support. But I understand only to a certain extent. I would never harm my kids, but I understand how scary it can be to be on child support, how scary it can be to not know how you're going to be able to provide for yourself if your checks end up short like that every single month. So if you break that down, it's about $400 coming out of each check if you get paid every 2 weeks, $800 a month, or $200 a week. Depending on your situation, most people usually learn to manage it. Right? All I'm saying with this situation is that was totally unfair to her children. If she wanted to kill herself, then by all means, I don't understand why you didn't just take the pills yourself. I don't understand why you didn't just go take that propane bottle, suck on it, take a lighter, blow yourself up, run into that electrical box. Just do it on your own. Why'd you have to kill your kids though? Why did they have to suffer though? It doesn't make any sense, and it proves the fact that this woman is selfish. In my opinion, it's not worth wasting state money and tax dollars to keep her in prison for the rest of her life. That's not right at all. For them, based on what it says here, it says Orange County District Attorney's Office opted for a life sentence instead of going ahead and executing her. It could have been over and done with. To the biological father, Mark Edge, I feel for him. What is he going to do? You can't get your babies back. You had 13 years invested in one and 10 years invested in another. You can't just turn around and just, boom, just start another family like that. We need a solution. This is the funny thing about solutions. Generally, when we talk here, and shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor, by the way, the reason why people generally tend to listen to us is because when we talk about this stuff, the solution is in what we talk about. What would the solution be here? For her to kill herself. Is that harsh of me to say? Not really. Those kids couldn't speak for themselves, nor could they defend themselves against the tyranny of their mother. If she didn't like the situation that she was in, all she had to do was do something to herself. The kids could have moved on, and then her whole issue with this child support or whatever the case is could have been over and done with. I never understand how a person can get so depressed that they want to kill themselves, but they want to involve other innocent people. To me, that's never right, and that's never acceptable. And I think, let me see, what did he say? She would have been doing life on death row, potentially. And thank you, Brother Relationship Rehab. I really appreciate that. 739 on death row here. Women on death row for 30 years might as well serve life. Okay, thank you for explaining that to me. But the fact that we have options for birth control, the fact that we have options for safe havens, the fact that we have options for adoption, the fact that she had an option to just let the father take the kids. And she could have manned up or womaned up and handle her responsibilities and pay her child support. Right? That's what we expect of men. So why would we expect anything less here? Again, let me explain. Usually, it just really bothers me. I understand. But usually when we talk about a problem, the solution is usually in the very thing that we're talking about. And I love how Tommy explains this. If I tell you, if you are hitting your head against a wall, and I say, hitting your head against a wall is going to make your head bleed, it's going to give you a headache, it's going to give you all of these issues. A lot of people will look at that and say, well, what's the solution? The solution is generally in what we're talking about. Stop banging your head against the wall, maybe. Look, with them being married and all of that stuff, you know I advocate for nuclear families, mother and father in the home. The fact that they have both of their kids inside of wedlock, I think that they started out great. That's a good thing. That's at least an honorable thing to try to have your kids in a marriage. I don't really know what else the father could have did. He fell in love with this woman. He wanted to be with this woman, and he wanted to have kids just by this one woman. Marriages tend to fail in the United States at almost 80% now. It's really high. So 2 out of every 3 marriages fail. That's a very, very high rate. So what that means is we need to be even more cautious when we get married. We need to be a hell of a lot more cautious who we procreate with because of the STDs. We need to be a hell of a lot more cautious who we sleep with. Ladies, y'all are susceptible to a lot of different diseases because you have that openness down there at the bottom of your body that you just let niggas crawl up in. You have to be absolutely more diligent about who you let into your temple. For the fellas, you can't just stick your dick up in anything and everything. Something gonna grab it and bite it off. It's gonna fall off. Some bad shit gonna happen. You're gonna end up with kids that you don't want, child support, or whatever the case is. But we definitely have to stop recklessly having recreational sex and recklessly procreating and bringing kids into this world that we really don't have a good plan for. I'm going to tell you guys, we have a very high mortality rate here in the United States of America for having kids. That's even another reason for chicks to not get pregnant. We have the worst mortality rate. Sisters, hear me out. For my young ladies out there, we have a very high mortality rate. What does that mean? That means for every time that you get pregnant and you go have that kid, there's a high likelihood that you're going to die in that hospital room. Even in 2020. Even in America. Even at the best hospitals. That hurts my heart when I hear ladies tell me that they either almost died or actually did die on the operating table trying to give birth to some kid by a dude that don't even want to be there. That bothers me. It really bothers me. The fact that we don't understand how valuable we are to each other, and the fact that we don't realize how important it actually is to have role assignments, gender roles, something we also talked about yesterday. It's very important because there's some shit that women cannot do. Regardless of how equal you say that this world should be, I think that we need to celebrate our differences. It's not 60%. It's closer to 80. Do me a favor, look it up if you have some valid facts about that. Nowadays, it's up to 80%. It's way higher than 60%. I know that for a fact. Why am I discussing an incident that happened in 2013? Since you know that it happened in 2013, Rhonda, why don't you look and tell me when she was sentenced? I'll actually wait for that answer. While we're going to say that in my chat, I really don't know, but I'll let it fly because I have answers for you. If you guys have questions, I do have answers. So my question back to you is, when did she get sentenced? Does anybody have the date that she got sentenced? You know the date that she got, that this incident happened? So I'll wait for Rhonda Flynn to post that in my chat and tell me, when did this woman get sentenced? I know you're about 30 seconds behind me, but I will gladly wait. I'm going to absolutely wait for that. It bothers me whenever people think that I don't have a point to what I be talking about. And people tell me, well, you need to do these kind of stories. You need to do this. You need to do that. For people that don't contribute nothing. They don't, all they do is come in the chat. They send me wild ass emails and talk shit. So yes, it bothers me emotionally. No, don't, you ain't got to tell me list of deeds. I want, who was that? Rhonda Flynn. I want Rhonda Flynn to tell me, since she knows exactly when it happened, when did this woman get sentenced? Why are you discussing an incident that happened in 2013? There's a lot of people that send me incidents that actually happened in 2013, 2014, and 2015 because they want me to talk about the story and maybe they want to hear what my opinion is about those stories. But I don't want Rhonda to shy away because you were not shy enough to type it in the chat, but it's okay. I want you to tell me what your answer is. You should have been able to type it in there by now. You looked in the obituary. Rhonda, that's not what I asked you at all, sweetheart. If this is your first time here, and I might have seen your name here for the first time, and that's okay. This is a learning thing. I expect for us to learn together. We can learn together, and we can try to work together with each other, okay? So I'll do you a favor, and I'll answer your question. If you wonder why I talked about it, that's because she just got sentenced. I was not on YouTube in 2013. So it's impossible for me to have talked about this right when it happened. But it is possible for me to do an update. Does that make sense? I wasn't on YouTube to talk about it in 2013, but I am on YouTube in 2020, and she just got sentenced January of 2020. Until she finally got sentenced, there's no way that anybody could have reported what her final judgment was going to be underneath the law. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope I answered your question. But just keep that type of stuff in mind, because I generally will just kind of let little things like that roll over my shoulder, but it does kind of bother me a little bit. But not a lot, but a little bit. Did you advise you were going to do an update? Do I have to advise that I'm going to do an update? I believe that if you kill a child, you should pay with your life, not pay with your life with no parole. I think that you should be charged with the harshest penalty under law when it comes to killing kids. But no, I don't have to advise. I mean, it's a simple Google search. All you got to do is if you Google searched her name, it comes right up. And there are about 20 different news articles that tell you she just got sentenced.
Here's what I found on the web.
Oh, hush. I hate when this thing does that. I checked. You can do a story on whatever you want to. When did they try the case? Just Google search it. This has kind of been an ongoing thing since the murder happened. So since she said that this murder happened in 2013, that means this has been an ongoing process for 7 years. Why so long? That type of stuff happens. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to put that much information together. Sometimes it's a matter of when the courts are free. Sometimes it's a matter of the process, what they call due process, right? That type of stuff takes time. Let me give a shout out to my brother DJ C Smooth in the chat. Haven't seen him here in a while, but I definitely want to give my brother a shout out for sure. But I always encourage people, don't think that just because I did a story and I put it up and I said, this is what happened, these kids were killed, this is what happened, that's the end of the saga. Because even like with the Naya Day Garrett, that happened almost 3 years ago, but we didn't do the final update on that story until almost the end of last year. It takes time sometimes before we get a final sentencing and they say, this is how many years you're going to do in prison. That's the end of the story. So for a lot of my stories, it's just part one. For this one, it's the final saga in this story. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Hopefully I explained that well enough, and I hope I didn't piss anybody off, okay? Because I know it's Friday night, and I hope you guys are having a good night. But I really wanted to talk about this story, like I say, for a lot of different reasons. The fact that we know that marriages are very frail nowadays. And I just encourage people, man, if you're going to be in a marriage, I'm going to tell you one of the best things, and Relationship Rehab can tell you this. One of the best things that I've heard about when you do get married, for my people that are married out there, it's better to do more than just commit to the person. When you get married, you should commit to the commitment. If my brother Relationship Rehab is still out there, he can tell me if I'm right or wrong about that, or if he agrees or disagrees. When you get married, I believe that you should commit to the commitment as opposed to committing to the person. Or maybe Tommy said that. Somebody said that. All I know is I liked it. The murder happened in 2013. The sentencing happened, and the final sentencing happened at the beginning of this month of 2020. So yes, it took 7 years. Do you know why she did it? She did it. It says it in the title. She did it. She killed her children to avoid paying child support. The woman that you see on my screen, Marilyn K. murdered her children because she lost custody and because she was forced to pay child support. Can everybody type that in the chat for me? It happened in 2013. She was sentenced finally in 2020. They were married. She killed both of her kids to avoid paying child support and because she lost custody. If anybody feels like typing that in the chat, that'd be an amazing thing. Uh-oh, no. Don't hide Bolo. What did Bolo say? Bolo been here for a minute. What did he say? He said facts. Damn, DJ C Smooth, why'd you hide my bro? I think it was just an accident. Sorry about that, Bolo. Sorry about that. You're back good. It's okay. It was an accident. DJ C Smooth has never blocked or timed out anybody, man. It was an accident. It happens. But let me wrap this up by just saying, again, guys, I want you guys to stay encouraged. For my people that are married out there, stay encouraged. Commit to the commitment. Commit to your children, if nothing else. I know a lot of times people, marriages, and you grow apart and you don't see each other the same way. You don't love each other the same way. But you still have to do everything that you can in your might to make sure that your children get the very best of you and they have every opportunity to grow up to be something great. These kids still could have been something great if their mother hadn't robbed them. Those two children that you see on my screen deserved every opportunity to grow up to be something great, okay? And I just want to, again, encourage you guys to, just continue to love your kids. Do not hit your children. I encourage people to don't put your hands, feet, or other objects on kids. There is no need to physically discipline children. If you need help with that kind of thing, please email me if you need tips of how to discipline children without being physical with them. I have a lot of different tips. I've emailed people. You can also sign up for phone calls if you want to do that. That's one of the perks in our benefits for being a channel member. Some of you people have already known that I've spent a ton of time on the phone with certain people. I ain't gonna say no names, but whenever you sign up to be a channel member, I actually do live up to my perks, and I want to make sure that people get the very best of me and do the very best for their children. I want you to get the very best from me and do the very best for your children. From my heart to yours, I want to thank you guys so much for listening to this stream. That's the end of the stream. This is your boy DJ Just J. We're the AFC, where we advocate for children first. From my heart to yours, I love you guys. We'll see you guys on the next stream. For everybody else that's listening right now, we're going to run an ad real quick for Mom's Fur Babies, and then I'm going to go ahead and read the donation. Somebody said check your Cash App. I'd be more than happy to do that because that looked like a new name. Yes, I will absolutely check my Cash App. Let me run this ad real quick and I'll read that for you, brother, okay?
Hey there, listeners. Are you looking for authentic design from brands like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Gucci, Michael Kors, and so much more at a price that you can actually afford? Well, let me introduce you to Nora's Authentic Designer handbags, shoes, and accessories, where we have designs to meet all of your needs. All items are 100% authentic, brand new, and being sold at prices you don't want to miss out on. Find us on Tradesy.com at Nora's915 or email us at norasauthenticdesign@gmail.com. Hey there, listeners. Are you looking for authentic design from brands like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Gucci, Michael Kors, and so much more at a price that you can actually afford? Well, let me introduce you to Nora's Authentic Designer handbags, shoes, and accessories, where we have designs to meet all of your needs. All items are 100% authentic, brand new, and being sold at prices you don't want to miss out on. Find us today on Tradesy.com at Nora's915 or email us at norasauthenticdesign@gmail.com.
All right, guys. For the people that did have it in their finances to be able to donate again, I encourage you guys to utilize Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo because I actually get 100% of those. Very nice donation. And I'm going to say that came from... in the chat. I just saw your name, bro. Hold on. That was... he said, check your Cash App. Where was that at? Hold on. I'm going to find you. Hold on. He said, Cash App. Self-Savior. Self-Savior sent in a donation. I got it. I read it. And he said, for tonight's show, Self-Savior sent in a very, very nice donation by way of Cash App. So, brother, that looks like a brother. Yes, it is. So Self-Savior, thank you very much. From my heart to yours, brother. Thank you so much for your donation. If you would, let me know that I read that out for you, that you heard me. But I want to tell you, thank you, man. Really, really appreciate you, finding that in your finances to be able to do that, brother. Really appreciate that. Don't worry about it, Danny. I got you, sweetheart. You're a channel member. Everything counts, sweetheart. Thank you so much. To my brother Bolo in the chat, he said, thanks for what you're doing. Let me see. Thanks for doing what you do. We need more prayers. So shout out to Bolo TV. Guys, make sure and check out his channel as well. But shout out to Bolo. Also, let me give a shout out real quick to my brother Last Chance. Let me see if he left a message real quick. I'm going to use the other computer real quick. And if you guys want to hear a certain song, let me know. Y'all know the songs I normally play on the show. If you want to hear a song, let me know. Why does this show up like that? That is so ugly. I'm going to just check it on my phone. Maybe I need to update something. My brother Last Chance donated by way of PayPal. So, man, if you're listening, bro, thank you so much. Keyshawn donated again. She was the first person and last person to donate. And she donated by way of the Super Chat, said, you are the best DJ. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that so much. To everybody else, please make sure you guys check out Illicit Deeds. Where's my thing at? I don't want to have to read that off my dome. Make sure you guys check out illicitdeeds.com. Make sure you also check out momsboyfriend.com, Our Lives Matter on Facebook, my brother Tommy Sotomayor at afatherlessamerica.com, as well as tjskoc.com. My brother Relationship Rehab is live right now. That's where we're about to go, The Relationship Rehab. All child advocate pages, as well as Extreme Murder and Headlines on Facebook. Again, that's Extreme Murder and Headlines on Facebook. All child advocate pages. Thank all of you guys so much. And thank you again, Self-Savior. I don't know if you heard me, bro, but I was just telling you thank you for your donation, my friend. Really appreciate you doing that. We got one more. Let me read that real quick. I think that's my brother DJ C Smooth, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Let me check and make sure. Hold on, because if that's my brother, I got to shout him out. Got to shout him out. Yep. Let me read what he said real quick. Come on. Why is my internet so slow? He didn't say anything. He just left a donation. Man, that's my brother DJ C Smooth, man. If you're listening, bro, thank you very much to my brother DJ C Smooth. Man, he be sending me his house music, man. Shout out to my brother. Awesome tunes, man. You be keeping me rolling on that highway when your boy got to be up and edit. So thank you so much for doing that and always showing financial support. Hashtag DJs Rule in the building. Guys, let's go ahead and close you out with some good music. I love you guys and gotta have a great night. Holla at your boy. You heard me? Peace.
But only if you let me. But only if you let me. Yeah. I clear my schedule so I can spend the day with you. We start with breakfast since the day is kinda premature. I take you shopping, buy you down to Cameron, New York. I like it when my baby smelling good, juicy good talk. I adore me more, you so feisty. I mess around and make you wifey, we feeling good. Feeling like a king while you all up in my space. I give it back, that's why I let you have your way, and that's that. I'm feeling good, you feeling good, we keep it pushing. I got no plans, you got no plans, so what's cooking? We leave the factory, I got her VJ mad at me. Hilton honored me for the way I left her bed sheets. We gaze the sky as we lie for a moment. You give me that look like I'm your tenderoni. I'm back up on it, you own it, it makes you own it. I'm team all you, so do it like you own it. It's whatever you want, today you get it. You're so good to me, today you live it. Every woman needs a good man and you're so gifted. You deserve what I give you cause you keep me so lifted.
Ain't no tricking if you got it. If I can find the things in life, only if you let me. Cause only if you let me. Anything that you want, you can get it. Want the time, money, then you can only if you let me. Cause only if you let me.
Let me do another shout out real quick. Let that run real quick. Boom. Shout out to my brother Kurt Dog. Hey, this is the thing. For some reason, when you sent the Cash App, like it didn't show up in my notifications. So I pulled my notifications down and I didn't see it, but it is here. And it said, it's been a minute and I just got back from overseas. I did not know that. I did not know that, but I did indeed. For the people that are listening, shout out to Yvonne White in the chat. I did get it. So I'm gonna blame that on me. I think I missed it, but for some reason I had to go in it and actually look and see what was actually there. So I apologize for missing that. So I actually got 3 in Cash App, one from Yvonne Y. Thank you so much for that. From Self Savior and Bolo TV. Said, it's been a minute. I got back from overseas and sent in a very nice donation. So if you're listening, I did get it. Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, Yvonne Y. But I just got it. I think I just missed it. So I'm going to blame that on me. Let's see. Let's go with... I don't know what song I want to play next now. Let's go with Curb Check. Where's Curb Check at? Haven't played that in a while. Where's my boy? Ice Black.
Late Mob.
I'll play Kira right after this.
Late Mob.
I kick that ass to the curb. 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 I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard.
Again, thank you guys so much.
I kick that ass to the curb. 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 I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard. I kick that ass to the curb. I hit that bitch with a swerve. She was getting on my nerves, so I had to ski skirt. I don't need you, you ain't heard. I'm a blessing, you a curse. Better options I observe. This shit I didn't deserve. But let's both just keep it trill. You was a favor for real. You was fucking around with Will, Phil, and the homie Jaleel. You ain't think I knew the deal? You expect me now to chill? I was just how I feel, but what we had is finally dead kill. But I'm just focused on me. Ain't no stressing cause I'm free. Got a baddie that's a freak. A side bitch that won't cheat. I just landed overseas. Took myself on shopping spree. Pick whatever, I ain't cheap. And if we run into each other, it's peace. I kick that ass to the curb. 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 I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard. No. I don't need you, you ain't heard.
Here, make a clap, make a clap. They can do it like that. Make a clap, make a clap. You can do it like that. Make a clap, make a clap. They can do it like that. Make a clap, make a clap. You can do it like that.
Fresh up out of school, finally made it home. There's no homework today. Daddy, where's my phone? Check my Instagram, then my Snapchat. Watching all the stories while I eat my Apple Jacks. Go to YouTube, then I hear this beat. It made me bob my head, clap my hands, and stop my feet. I think I like this, so here's your chance. Turn on the cameras and do the Kira dance. First I slide, then on my head like A. Slide, then on my head like A. Then I put one hand up, then I swing and I wave. Put one hand up, then I swing and I wave. Do the Kira dance, do the Kira dance, do the Kira dance, do the Kira dance. Now stop and make those shoulders do the running man. Stop and make those shoulders do the running man. Do the Kira dance, do the Kira dance, do the Kira dance, do the Kira dance. Now stop and make those shoulders do the running man. Stop and make those shoulders do the running man.
Watch me whip, watch me work, watch me whip, watch me work, watch me whip, watch me work, watch me whip, watch me work.
It's a party. Wake my friends are loud, snow world. We took a break, flip the lights, party time now. Head to the bed and we jumping up and down. Acting at the movies and we making crazy sounds. Full of juice and candy, now we getting super loud. Bedtime, yeah, it's kinda late. But we don't care, we still wanna play. Hold up, I hear feet stopping in this place. Uh-oh, I think my dad's on his way to run. It's a party, wake my friends up. We be dancing, we gon' have fun. Summer party, put your hands up. We get too loud, hear my dad come. It's a party, with my friends up. We be dancing, we gon' have fun. Summer party, put your hands up. We get too loud, hear my dad come. Okay, you told me keep it down, and I said okay. I tried to be quiet, but there's really no way. It's what my dad really gon' say. Soon as he leave, we really gon' play. The lights turn on and the music turns up. Candy in my belly and my juice in my cup. Having so much fun and I can't get enough. Getting so loud, all my neighbors hears us. Playtime, I go to sleep, not a hard decision. You can go to sleep, Dad, we're trying to kick it. Late night snacks, they are all so delicious. Party just started, we're not finished. Bedtime, yeah, it's kinda late. But we don't care, we still wanna play. Hold up, I hear feet stopping in this place. Uh-oh, I think my dad's on his way to run. It's a party, wake my friends up. We be dancing, we gon' have fun. Summer party, put your hands up. We get too loud, hear my dad come. It's a party, with my friends up. We be dancing, we gon' have fun. Summer party, put your hands up. We get too loud, hear my dad come.
Wild 149 HD checking in for the Wild Weekend Party. I'm Nita Scott. My dude Rich is in the building.
What up?
Oh, yeah, and we're doing this thing by your request. You guys been hitting us up all night tonight.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And his name is Kurt Dog, and this one is called Get It Low. It's Wild 149 HD. Let's get it low.
Kurt Dog. Love Shack. It's going down. Let's go.
Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low.
Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low.
Walk up in the club with my wrist on chill, with the same kind of chain and your girl in my grill. Everybody looking cause I'm like a big deal. Ride outside with the chrome big wheel. Head up to the bar, get the yak in my cup. See them girls on the floor when they backing it up. Niggas on the sideline and they acting the nut. I'ma play it like a pin, lay back in the cup. My buzz sitting in, now them girls look better. Baby girl looking, but you know I don't sweat her. She grinding on the floor like a real go-getter. I'ma get her to the room even though I just met her. 2 o'clock, come on, we can meet up at the dub. You can hop in my truck, you can tell me where to go. We can meet up at the mall, we can keep it on the low. Baby, I ain't even tripping, ain't nobody gotta know.
Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low.
Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low.
How'd you get that big thing in them little jeans? Got me looking like I might trick a little cream. Baby girl, don't stop, gon' get it, get it. Every nigga in the club probably wanna hit it. Nice size with it, thick thighs with it. Know how to put it on and look fly with it. You a star, baby girl, gon' shine with it. Put a hump in your back, then whine with it. Get it on the floor, let me see you get it loose. Sipping on gin with a little bit of juice. Thigh high skirt with a knee high boot. Scrape it to the ground, girl, show me how I do. Walk to the middle of the floor with a strut. Me mugging all them other hoes like what? You ain't even tripping, you ain't studying that shit. With your hands in the air like that's my shit.
Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low.
Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low.
Where that? There go. There go. Let me see you break it down to the floor. To the floor. What it did? What it did? You ain't know. You ain't know. Baby girl, she can work it like a pro. Like a pro. Do work. 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 Let me see you do work. 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 Do work.
Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low. Let me see you get it on the floor and get it low.
Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low. Get it on the floor. Let me see you get it low.
You listen to Power 103.5.
representing Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, baby, better known as the Mid-Rock. Hey, listen, the heat is on. The temperature's hot, but I tell you what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna hit you with this blazing new hot joint. It is none other than Kurt Dog. So get ready to drop those tops and hit those spots. Let me see you get it loud. Let me see you get it loud.
Oh my God! Every time this dude Kurt Dog get on me. Oh man! Every time on the
God, I can't even listen to the song without you hating on
But
this
we just
man.
saw him last night though.
So what?
Oh my God! Every time Kurt Dog come on the radio, you get all hot and bothered. He breaking up a happy home.
You
I'm
breaking
telling
up a
you.
happy home.
Man,
You know my
I
man.
love you, girl.
What-
Yeah, I do. I just want to prove my love to you.
Whatever. Shut up.
Oh, it's like that.
Let's prove that.
Oh, okay. Well, while you on Kurt Dog right now, we need to go get some gas because you taking me home.
No, you need to shut up and I might leave you.
Oh, you gonna leave me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Why? Because you always doing this.
I'm always doing that? Okay, that's all right. I'm gonna get my single. When I get my single, and then girls gonna be on me too.
Ain't nobody gonna be on you.
Ain't
Don't
nobody
nobody want
and
you.
you gonna be mad. You gonna be like, hey.
You can hop in my truck.